Angelo Badalamenti. And he say, oh, that's it. Oh, it's so beautiful. Angelo. Oh, that's turning my hair down. I love that. Just keep that going.
Angelo Badalamenti.
Angelo Badalamenti.
It's a me. It's 2025. David, Mr. Lynch, can you hear me from here? Because and if he can believe it, it's a Friday once again. 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 In Naples. Totally clear. Niet zien met is totally clear. The trend of is studies totally clear. These hours, but later afternoon, in general afternoon, it became cloudy. This is the trend of practically I think this is last week, and most of the days I think could be same situation. Now I and some other things, briefly some other things. So in general totally clear. Katarzyna, but also it is some little few clubs. And at the moment it also seems very still now. It's really often dates noon and 38, 71, 65 and 22 Celsius, and this means that this is really soft making the situation serious, perché soffice classicare si è giù si fa spring at also one period. It's a started reports of 31 in summer they will be 4 years. No, in summer, in January next month was on January 17, 2021 I created this channel, but for all the other season, in fact including in spring, there are still 3 years as an absolute number, ancora poi faccio io supposito. I'm sure that for I say these things for the thing, the society sometimes my purpose, the fact that people should watch videos, it's better, I know perhaps for you, but also for me, and I didn't know it's in the collaboration, also for the autumn, summer and winter, in fact, in the sense that in fact for the autumn, and it's just for the sea, it's just soft, for the summer, it's just for the winter, it's just as you know, in general, also, it is for all the period, a classic for the periods, a classic tragedy, and as you can see, at least for me, was nothing to significant weather. Absolutely incomplete. It seems that when is practically 2 months, these are the first 2 months of and a few days of this spring doesn't different, but really since April 4 it started according to me, but also for an objective fact where it April 4 it was a Friday. And at the same time, it also seems to be nearly summer, slightly summer atmosphere, because we are going to Jan, and also we are going to summer, so it's also normal. This thing, very easy for me, also for other people, where for me, in general, always good, nothing is instead about the sky. I thought that in general today, I don't know if I can say the same in English, just for reasons. It's a good, but not completely. Or I don't trust. In fact, I'm living as I'm a few years ago. It's a Friday once again, as you know, Cristoforo, as every Friday, I should never do this. That's both fantastic 2 razors. The third, respectively, the third and the 5. The third red and white, and the 5 the red and black razors. In all the story of what I was, and yes, practically the 4th creation is not just yes, 3 weeks ago, practically the 4th was the blue and the white, while the 3rd, the red and white, still work, even if I think also it's going to is death, where we have also the new, since 3 weeks practically, the another red, but red and black, and another model slightly different, but this is I think the greatest razor in all the story of weather reports, and it's really good. Yes, I repeat, practically the turn many months ago, as soon as I say to you the precise Friday date which I started to see this thing of above the razor. Yes, I believe that the third many months ago, I think it was September, October, it crashed instead, it was a battery problem. In fact, since that moment I learned that he went, and in fact, at that moment I'm using, but repeat, my sensations, I think through my sensation, I think that also it, like the 4th, it's going to its end, it's that, and so I'm since at the moment I'm using both this, and you remember this is 30 minutes, and I'm using practically this for the first 10-15 minutes, because also it's a battery is 10-15 minutes, and all the other parts, the other 15 minutes with the 5th. So this for me is good, this thing that both works, even if for me this thing is good, the fact that practically both work or go, and if obviously this is repeated real new, this is yes I repeat perhaps the best resort. The five repeat until in all the story with the parts and enjoy for this respectively in the third the white and red and white resort and five the red and black razors non the story with the reports and in general for this it is my fourth channel Nicola Astrologi su tre porte vinci settembre sconsi mese a canno su BG between make a bonus channel so ti si può su much better me music se mostro queste prese sul suo boff ai chip per creato in referendum finché treba partecipanti ai diritti si giustificano senti può anche fare anche tu se fatto l'importante che la atmosfera se non ci vedi se vi vuoi io vi essere se curtini sono quando si curtini in genere sembra che in Santa Giulia sì al nostro perfetto a tre si suppose e in fact sono andato a repeat like practically all this week yes I would say that yeah it's beautiful buscase come si dice but non trasfer because in the afternoon generally it became cloudy and became in this season it became in this season I think also became I don't know if total but mostly cloudy and also that could rain if at the moment is truly remote possibility at the moment non mi sono veramente immaginato per sono tutti simili next year second year river here well Max was a little bit so sì mi dico tu presi it's on yourself in fact in sentence so it's in water from one little sort of thing to look for that wait to read in fact or into yourself and also in the intermist also is be anime also is a better video for me e sentite and shot at si van si viene generation dei shooter was attività di giornalismo abbiamo cortini di giornalismo si for me e tre mesi passati in shot si chiede azione si viene generation and finally from a medical cable NGX 2014 APG 635 also in this case si viene generation still the people follow the channel reports and still getting it where also to my brother also myself to relax sul meschese and finally I hope you will get breakfast today is late in general also my master I think I can see slightly late in fact when I see nearly late mini for us at the moment important to fare con Andrea ragazzi quando sembra che si stia processando in fact breakfast at fiente nel suo ambiente è stato vita at fiente nel parte in bete di se fosse sui vesti su se ben che tre regole si regole sembrano sui tre i suoi saracci lo devi ripetere close si ricorda le regole letto su me se mi dà ripeto so che si slightly it's just only obviously just only quote non entertainment non the very important thing is to see remember that in me also today fortunately so I'm really angry and as we always say ecco si sono mosso tutti in questo absolutely and as you know since weeks but since few months considered me shoots with my favorite biscuits from a beautiful commas of biscuits and cereals of beautiful biscuits and cereals and I think that one of the best if not the best kind of top of biscuits are the chocolate chip cookies if you're not mistaken they were also favorite biscuits of Mr. Lynch as in particular la tua thing that really would is red and I did the first one is about milk for shots of the legacy coffee obviously to sono che shop ti fa questo un esatto una shot fragment video della shot quindi is also said in fact was breakfast so moment last video in particolare a me second thing is about this a cranif sarebbe riuscita a Conad Italian series for me starts the place of position and the shot cosa attraverso questa position quindi la PAM Italian series in fact always I truly recommend them to you because they are really superb Anzi, tomorrow I suppose if I die. In fact, non ti tomorrow to leopard. Mi auguro che sì.